Ahad, let's talk a little bit about giving feedback. I think one of the most challenging aspects in the job of a leader is also giving critical feedback, or say sometimes um, I don't really like to use the word negative feedback, but I would use the word critical feedback, hopefully constructive feedback to your employees. So what advice do you have for leaders to help them give feedback to their employees in a right manner?
Okay, well, we all the leaders would be at some point faced with this issue of giving critical feedback, but that's where, as per our discussion earlier, I said, yeah, I like using the word constructive feedback instead of critical feedback. We're all humans, we all have our own context and circumstances. And yes, there are people who, no matter what, will not perform or will have, a behavior that is not in alignment with the company's culture. So those people, you have to give them the critical feedback. So all the way out. But we start with the critical feedback. So what I would suggest then is to, first of all, have a clear goal. When you have meeting with your team or individual, have a clear goal about what you want the outcome to be. Because even when the discussion gets into an emotional state, then you have it under your eyes what you really want to achieve as a result of this meeting. The second thing I would say, if it's like, feedback, give it as much as you can on the spot, if possible. So if it's positive feedback, give it right away, openly, it's fine. If it's critical or negative feedback, then it's better to do it behind closed doors on one-to-one, but on the spot, so that it doesn't grow out of proportion and end up in conflicts. I would also suggest to ditch assumptions. So, ask questions, make sure you understand. We see it day in, day out. We are all at work, but, in the morning we had an issue at home. So we are, not with our work today, but our mind is left at home because of the issue we just experienced. So try to understand the context, try to understand the causes, and then say, well, actually, this is what I've seen, and I would like you to explain why is that. But always give facts, don't assume, and seek understanding and clarity before you give the feedback. And if it's, let's say, after some time, like on the review feedback, for example, what I would do is first highlight the achievements throughout the year. Let's assume it's an annual review meeting. Highlight the achievements, or ask actually the person to highlight their own achievement. Then ask them if they had any challenges with any of the work. If they don't mention anything, then this is where I would give my feedback. But as you see in the overall picture, it's still in a positive window, because we've just highlighted what was positive, what they've achieved, their achievements. So then you bring about the negative aspect of the feedback, but you don't stop there. The most important is then to start working together with the employee you report about putting a plan together to overcome these shortfalls.